So now let us go into types of sets. First set here is empty set or null set. A set with no elements is called empty set. So it is denoted by phi or curly brackets with no elements. This is, we call it phi. So here let us go into the example. A is a set which consists of elements x. This is such that x is an odd integer divisible by 2. So odd integer. So what are the odd integers? It are plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 5, and so on. These odd integers are not divisible by 2. So we cannot have any elements in the set A. So A is equal to null set. The next one, the set of all integers between 1 and 2. So now let us take the number line. 0, minus 1, 1, 2. Between 1 and 2 there are no integers. After 1 you have exactly 2. So no elements are present there. So it is a empty set. Next we go to singleton set. So singleton set. So here a set which has only one element is called a singleton set. So now let us give an example. A is equal to x such that 3 less than x less than 5, and x must be a natural number. So x lies between 3 and 5, and that must be a natural number. So 3, 4, 5. So the only natural number between 3 and 5 is what? 4. So A is equal to a set with the element 4. So only one element is there. So it is a singleton set. Next we go to the set of all even prime numbers. Even prime numbers. So what are the even prime numbers? Even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8. These are even numbers. Even prime number. So this is the only even prime number. So B will have only 2 as its element. So only one element 2 is in the set B. So you call it as a singleton set. Next we go to finite set. A set with finite number of elements is called a finite set. So finite number of elements means the number of elements in the set can be countable. See the set of family members. You know your family members, so it is a finite set. A is equal to x such that x is a factor of 36. So what are the factors of 36? 1 into 36, 2 into 18, 3 into 12, 4 into 9, 6 into 6. So these are going to be the factors of 36. So we exactly know the elements of the set. So it is known as a finite set. Next we go into infinite set. A set which is not finite is called an infinite set. That means we cannot find the number of elements of the set. So now let us take example 1. 5, 10, 15, it goes on. See, it starts with 5. It's a set with multiple of 5, but we do not know where it is going to end. So we cannot count the number of elements of this set. So it is known as an infinite set. The set of all points in a line. You know a line has infinite number of points. Many points are there on a line. You cannot count the number of points in the line. So it is an example of infinite set. Next we go to the cardinal number of a set. Cardinal number. The number of elements in the set is called the cardinal number of the set. The number of elements is called the cardinal number of the set. And it is denoted by what? If A is the set, it is denoted by n of A. So let us go and see into the example. Let us consider the example. A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. So set A is having the elements as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. So now you count the number of elements. Cardinal number they have asked us to find. How many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the set has how many elements? 8 elements. So n of 8, it is the cardinal number of the set A is 8. Next we go to equivalent set. Equivalent sets. When we say equivalent set, we must have two sets. So let us take two finite sets A and B are said to be equivalent set if they contain the same number of elements. If they contain the same number of elements. That is, n of A must be equal to n of B. They contain the same number of elements means the cardinal number of set A must be equal to the cardinal number of set B. So now let us take for example the set A with the elements Rose and Lily. So how many elements are there? 2 elements. So n of A is what here? 2. Now take the element, take the set B. What are the elements here? Apple and orange. How many elements? 2. So n of B is also 2. So we see n of A is 2 and n of B is 2. Therefore n of A is equal to n of B. So A and B are equivalent set. Even though the elements are different, the number of elements are same. So you call it as equivalent set. Next we go to equal sets. Two sets are said to be equal sets if they contain exactly the same elements. The elements must be same. Or in other words, every element of A is also an element of B. And every element of B is also an element of A. So now let us go and see into the example. A is equal to, I have written 1, 2, 3, 4. B is also 4, 2, 3, 9, 3, 1. A is 1, 2, 3, 4 and B is 4, 2, 3, 1. See, they contain the same elements. Here also the elements are 1, 2, 3 and 4 and here also 1, 2, 3 and 4. They are placed in different positions, that's all. So they contain the same elements. So A and B are examples of equal sets. Next we go to universal set. A universal set is a set which contains all the elements of all the sets under consideration and it is denoted by U. Universal set means it's the biggest set. You compare it with your universe. Understood? So a universal set is the biggest set from where we can form as many small sets. So all the elements of the small sets will be the elements of the big set. That set is what? Universal set. And it is denoted by U. Now we go to the example. If we are discussing about the elements in natural numbers, so suppose we are going to talk about natural numbers. So we take small sets with the natural numbers as elements. Then what will be the universal set? I said universal set is the biggest set. So it is a set of all natural numbers. So U is equal to X such that X is an element of N. Now we go into a realistic example. Now if I take A is equal to the students of 10th D of IHM school, then what will be my universal set? This 10th D students must come from a bigger set. What will be that biggest set? Then that is the universal set will be what? The biggest set, the set of all students of IHM. Only from the set of all students of IHM, I can pick out 10th D students of IHM. So the biggest set U is X such that X is a set of all IHM students. So U is what? Universal set. What is that? It is the biggest set. Next we go to subset. So here A and B are two sets. You have to take A and B as two sets. And what is the condition to be a subset? Every element of A is also an element of B. Then you say A is called the subset of B. Every element of A must be in the set B. Then you call it as a subset of B. And it is denoted by this form. A, this you read it as A is a subset of B. If A is not a subset of B, we write like this. We strike it off and write. And we read it as A is not a subset of B. So, in addition, if A is a subset of B, we can write in n of A, that is the cardinality of the set A, will be less than or equal to the cardinality of the set B. That is n of A is less than or equal to n of B. Now, for example, you take the set 1. See, it is a subset of this set 1, 2, 3 because this element is present in this set. 1 is present in this set. So 1, let us take it as set A and let us take 1, 2, 3 as B. So you see this 1 is present in this. So you say this set with element 1 is a subset of the set which has elements 1, 2 and 3. Next we go to the second example. Here you have a set with element 2 and 4 and here you have a set with element 1, 2 and 3. The element 2 and 4 is not in this set. So we say the set 2, 4 with the elements 2, 4 is not a subset of the set with the elements 1, 2 and 3. Next, proper subset. If A and B are two sets, if A is a subset of B, the first condition, if A and B are two sets and A is a subset of B and A must not be equal to B, then A is called a proper subset of B. And we write A is a proper subset of B. This means proper subset. That line is removed. A is a proper subset of B. A and B are two sets. If A is a subset of B and A is not equal to B, then A is called a proper subset of B and we write it as A, and this is a symbol to denote A is a proper subset of B. Now we go into the example. Say A is equal to 1, 2, 5 and B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, all the elements of A are in B. So, and you see 1, 2, 5 are in B, but A is not equal to B. Here you have 3 elements and here you have 5 elements. And all the elements of B are not equal to the elements of A. So you say A is a proper subset of B and this is written in the symbol as A proper subset of B. Now we go to disjoint sets. Two sets A and B are said to be disjoint if they do not have common elements. No element must be in common. No common elements means it is A intersection B is empty. So now let us take A equal to 20, 22, 23 and 24 and B equal to 25, 30, 40 and 45. They do not have any element in common. See there, 20 is not here, 22 is not here, 23 not here, 24 is not here. Similarly, 25 is not in A, 30 is not in A, 40 is not in A and 45 is not in A. So that no elements are common. Therefore, A intersection B is empty set. So we call this as disjoint sets. So next we go to power set. The set of all subsets of a given set A is called the power set of A and it is denoted by P of A. The set of all subsets of a given set A is called the power set of A. It is denoted by P of A. So for example, let us take A with two elements 2 and 3. What are the possible subsets of A? It will be the empty set. It will be the element with 2. It will be a set with element 3. And it will be the same set with the two elements 2, 3. So empty set will be a subset. A set with one element, say 2. A set with the next one element 3. And the set with both the elements 2 and 3. So the power set of A, we are going to write these are known as a subsets. What is the power set? Power set is a set of all subsets. So, and it is denoted by P of A is equal to, write all the subsets inside. 5, set with element 2, set with element 3, set with element 2, 3. So we write it inside the set. So the set itself is an element of the set. So only you call it as a power set. So what are the important property we are going to find out from this? If n of A is m, if the cardinality of the set A is m, then n of P of A, that is the number of elements of P of A, or the cardinality of the power set A is 2 power m. Next we go to find the number of proper subsets of A. The number of proper subsets of A is n of P of A minus 1. What is n of P of A? 2 power m minus 1.